Idaho Falls is not named for the waterfalls you see on the Snake River. So where did the name come from? Before it was Idaho Falls, the town was called Eagle Rock. In the mid-1800s, there were a lot of people migrating west for different opportunities, and crossing the Snake River was a huge undertaking. There was a ferry about 9 miles away from Eagle Rock, but a man named Matt Taylor found a narrow crossing in the Snake River and recognized an economic opportunity to build a bridge and charge people who crossed. Because he was neither an engineer nor a builder, it washed away within the first year, but he'd made enough money he decided to build it again and charge even more in tolls. Because at this point, the railroad had made its way to Utah and Idaho and was bringing even more people to the area. But in the 1880s, the railroad left due to a variety of economic reasons, and basically overnight, the town of Eagle Rock went from 3,000 residents to just 400. Over the next decade, the town of Eagle Rock went through a bit of an identity crisis. If it was not going to be a railroad town, then what kind of town would it be? They decided to focus on agriculture. In order to attract more farmers and other residents to the town, because what farmers are going to move somewhere for rocks and eagles, Eagle Rock hired a marketing team from Chicago to help them rebrand the town. They wanted a name that would conjure the image of an oasis in the desert where crops thrive. And in 1891, the team came up with the name Idaho Falls. The problem was that the falls didn't actually exist yet. They weren't built for another 20 years when a dam for hydroelectric power was built. The quote-unquote falls were actually just a series of rapids beneath a bridge in town. But Idaho Rapids doesn't quite conjure the same sense of abundant and overflowing water that the marketing team wanted to convey.